And so another event is in the history books. Wrestle Rampage live at the Dojo 9, road to re-emerging. And what a night it was, Matt.
Unbelievable. Barely got a voice after that, Sean. Unbelievable.
So the stage has been set, and of course the night started off with a bang. We had the prodigy Tommy Knight, holder of the open match contract, against Link Barnett, a man who was on a multi-year losing streak at this point.
I can barely remember the last time he won. In fact, I don't have it on hand, but it's been such a long time. It was a real power versus speed matchup. No spoiler there, but once again, the demigod himself. I'm wondering if we should refund that nickname.
It's a point where he's become so desperate at this is. It doesn't matter who he faces. He's just looking for that one win, and he just can't quite get himself over the line. He's never been able to.
He just wants it so bad. And not to forget that Tommy Knight, current blank check holder or blank contract holder, can cash in at any time. So Link Barnett showed a little bit of interest there. Unsure what he wants to do going forward. We'll see. Tommy
Knight, he picks up the victory, and he goes from step to step, and he will, at some point in the future, name an opponent, name a match. Sometime it's anyone's ball game at this point.
Keep an eye on him.
And the next match we had Robbie the Lionheart going against Bones Malone, a man who's had a new lease on life since escaping the clutches of the unwanted stranger, and he's now free to pursue his singles ambitions.
I'm bullish on this match. I'm bullish. It was Bones Malone. He looked so good. He had imposed his will basically all match. Unbelievable. But sometimes a bit of arrogance can cost you, and he showed a bit of flair, waited on the pin, and I genuinely think it cost him the match.
It ended up, it could have just been a war of attrition at that point, but you're right, it's just one wrong step. Bones Malone could have had another victory heading into re-emerging. It's a costly mistake.
Unbelievably costly, and that's what it takes in wrestling sometimes, just a split second here or there. I think he'll rue that. He'll be extremely upset.
But something that's not to be upset about, we had the return of Lily Blaze, returning here to Wrestle Rampage, challenge a former Australian National Championship title holder.
It was any man will do, any former Australian National Champion, and Greg Graham Water Champion. Held it for more than 12 months. Unbelievable champion, and boy did he impose his will on Lily Blaze. I felt bad for her at some points.
This is an instance where some would argue that Lily Blaze potentially had the match won, got that stunner, went straight out the ring and could not bring up the mass that was Greg Graham back into the ring to make that pin.
And that's where inexperience came in. She had the count out win, but it's that
could have
pride.
Taken it.
It was that pride, it was that will to want to get a pin, and you hate to see it. She walked out, reset the count, tried to get him in, couldn't get him in, reset the count. It was painful. It was painful.
Greg Graham, he may have come away with the victory, but Lily Blaze proves why she is the one to look out for, the one that, come re-emerging, may take that next step and go on to bigger and better things.
It's one of those ones, you give her, it's an honourable victory, and sure, she won't be happy with that, but in my eyes, the fans' eyes, your eyes, you got to give her the tick.
You want to talk about honour and honourable instances? Well, let's talk about the 3-on-1 handicap elimination match. The numbers game was fully on the side of Team Boxspiracy going up against Rat Daddy. This was an opportunity for one of them to take home the gold.
This was wild. The way that this came together, check it out. It was just absolute insanity. Malcolm Onley, did he do his ACL? Did he do his ankle? I don't know. Out of the match. I've got the timeline written here. 001, 000, bell rings, match starts. 001, Malcolm Onley, eliminated. Unbelievable. That's got to be a record for Wrestle Rampage, surely.
And he came back as well. He was eliminated, but he tried to come back again, and it just wouldn't work.
He was genuinely officially eliminated. I don't know what was going on. You had Wham Bam Bellows calling all types of insane shots, including at one point getting up from the pin, tagging, grabbing his own man, body slamming him onto him, then getting him to do the pin, then realizing, hold up, I want to be the champ. Tag me back in so I can pin. It was absolute madness, and of course, Rat Daddy, too much class. He was always gonna get a victory there.
It's a bit of a theme of the night where I think people's egos and their arrogance are kind of getting the better of them, and it's kind of coming back to bite them at this point.
I mean, you can call an ego, but the man thinks the Earth is hollow. I mean, I think it might be a little bit. I think it might be a little something else.
There's no conspiracy fact about it. It is just a straight up fact. Rat Daddy is still the Australian national champion.
Probably rightly so.
And of course, up next we had Sir Corey Adams, going up against the Master of Mayhem, Havoc. And I know I've got a bit of a a personal opinion of Sir Corey and his help, his aid, Gentleman Jordan, but I'll put that aside.
Yeah, there was a little bit of scuffle between you guys, I saw. I'm happy to be sitting safely at the commentary desk when that guy's around. For a man that has such strong opinions on cheating, he is very happy to push the rules himself.
He's become somewhat the ultimate equalizer for Corey Adams. Corey's had a new lease on life himself with this hand modelling gig that he's picked up and a friend and an aide and an accomplice in Gentleman Jordan. It almost got the job done.
I said on the desk, he's the ultimate insurance policy. Whenever it looked like Corey Adams was going to cop an L, was going to lose, in comes the insurance policy, and there's one you can cash in multiple times. It was sad to see, but then out of nowhere, the demigod rolls in, maybe trying. Who knows what's going on there?
There's been a weird relationship kind of brewing for months now between. Havoc wouldn't call it a relationship, but it's what it's turned out to be. It is a budding relationship between Havoc and Link Barnett, and it's potentially going to come to a head because, as we heard from management, Sir Corey Adams and Gentleman Jordan, they threw down the gauntlet, and Link, on behalf of himself and Havoc, picked it up.
He did. June 26th, they'll be having a tag match. Now, you got a phone call from Wrestle Rampage manager.
I got a phone call.
Okay, I only got the text. Well, interesting, but that's okay. We'll follow that up. But nonetheless, June 26th, Cosgrove Hall, tag match between those two. It's going to be amazing. And could we see... Does it count if Link doesn't get the pin?
Ooh, I think he'll count it.
I think he will. I don't know if I will. We'll see.
And one thing to keep note on as well is as we're heading towards re-emerging, there was a lot at stake in the main event. Bragging rights, some would say, but we had one half of the Renegades, Wrecking Ball, Will Gibson, teaming up with his brother Pat Graham on the team of another returning name, Corn Dog, and Punch Drunk History.
And you want to talk about the Renegades. The third man factor, the fourth man factor. We were just talking about an insurance policy. These guys are the insurance package. This is what corporate companies take public liability almost. Any chance that they get, they were going to come in. Joey Graham was coming in, causing havoc. Great Graham comes in, causes his own mess. It was an absolute brawl.
It's come to a point where you have to kind of just expect it now. There's strength in numbers, and it's something that the Renegades know all too well. The four of them are a force to be reckoned with, and that's what they've been doing. They've been carving a path of destruction this entire year. And that's what Punch Drunk History and the rest of the crew, that's what they're trying to stamp out at this point. It sits antithesis to what Wrestle Rampage, as they say, is meant to be about.
But I'd be remiss to say Joey Graham deserves this shot. He's on a tear. He looks good. There will be a number one contenders match, and he has earned it. But in that match, we saw Punch Drunk History, and I said this before, the guy can catch you any time. I mean, I would say that was 4-on-2 realistically. Let's be real here. Catch him in armbar, middle of the ring, should have broken his arm. That's my opinion.
I mean, look, and think about the way that this show ended tonight. In the ring, we had the entirety of the Renegades squaring off against the Saviors, the bastions of Wrestle Rampage, just to get the contract signed between Joey Graham and Punch Drunk History, because now the stakes have been raised. I don't know if you want to call it ego or arrogance, or maybe it's just to get Joey in the ring. But Punch Drunk History has now put up his career here at Wrestle Rampage on the line just to get rid of Joey Graham.
And this means so much to him. The man's career, he loves his job. He loves being the trainer at Wrestle Rampage. He loves the company. For him to put this on the line, this means so much. You do not want to miss this. June 26th, Cosgrove Arena, get there. Watch Punch Drunk History defend his entire life's work.
The stage has been set. We know now that Rat Daddy is the Australian National Champion. He is coming into re-emerging with that title, and we know that after re-emerging, as you said, June 26th, it will be either Joey Graham or Punch Drunk Istria that'll be next in line to face the champion, and potentially Istria won't be with Wrestle Rampage anymore. We find that out in a month's time, June 26th, Cosgrove Hall, a place of great importance and history to Wrestle Rampage. That's where all of this is going to take place.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, that's all I got to say. I'm pumped. I can't wait.
Well, thank you so much, and especially for everyone that came to see us live, and for those of you, Cosgrove Hall, June 26th on the Saturday, Wrestle Rampage re-emerging. Tickets will be on sale through Oztix in the coming weeks. Stay on top of our social media. We'll give you all the details on how you can be some of the first people to get your seats to see it all go down.